India's emergence as a maritime power in the Indo-Pacific is no longer a distant aspiration. It is a present reality. At the heart of this strategic transformation lies a formidable instrument of naval power projection, the Indian Navy's Aircraft Carrier Group. Often referred to as the Carrier Battle Group, CBG, this floating fortress serves as the centerpiece of India's blue water ambitions. But what makes it truly dangerous, not just impressive, is a blend of geopolitical intent, indigenous capability, technological advancements, and its growing integration with global defense networks. The Indian Ocean region, IOR, is one of the most vital maritime zones in the world. Nearly 80% of global oil trade and a significant chunk of world commerce passes through this area. India, by virtue of its geography, is the dominant landmass in the IOR. The presence of a powerful carrier group gives India the ability to control key maritime choke points like the Strait of Malacca, the Strait of Hormuz, and the Bab el-Mandeb. Unlike some navies that use carrier groups for global power projection far from home, India's carrier group is designed to dominate its backyard. This localized strategic focus, coupled with a desire to counterbalance China's expanding naval footprint, makes India's carrier group extremely dangerous for any adversary looking to challenge its maritime supremacy in South Asia. India's newest aircraft carrier, INS Vikrant, AC-1, is a symbol of national pride and technological prowess. Commissioned in 2022, it is the first aircraft carrier to be indigenously built in India by Cochin Shipyard Limited. With a displacement of over 45,000 tons, INS Vikrant is more than just a ship. It is a floating airbase capable of sustaining long-term operations in the open ocean. It houses up to 30 aircraft, including Russian-built MiG-29K fighter jets and advanced helicopters like the MH-60R Seahawk. Its stow bar, short takeoff but arrested recovery, configuration allows for rapid air sorties, while its sophisticated sensors and electronic warfare systems enhance survivability. What makes this especially dangerous is India's intent to build a second indigenous carrier, INS Vishal, which could be a nuclear-powered Katabar vessel. This next step would leapfrog India into the elite club of navies that can project sustained air power with global reach. An aircraft carrier alone is not a carrier group. What makes India's carrier group a potent and dangerous war machine is its multi-dimensional escort force. Typically, a carrier battle group includes destroyers, like INS Kolkata class, with advanced air defense and missile systems, frigates equipped with anti-submarine and anti-air capabilities, submarines, both diesel, electric, and nuclear, for undersea warfare, replenishment ships for long-duration missions, airborne early warning, helicopters for radar coverage, UAVs for surveillance. Together, they form an integrated combat network. The group is protected against aerial, surface, and subsurface threats, making it extremely hard to target or disrupt. India's growing network-centric warfare capabilities, supported by satellites like GSAT-7, enable real-time communication and coordination between the carrier group and other assets, both naval and joint force, across thousands of kilometers. What adds a silent but lethal dimension to India's naval power is its undersea warfare capability. The integration of nuclear-powered submarines, such as INS Arihant, into strategic operations gives India a powerful second strike capability, a vital component in nuclear deterrence. The ability to deploy or operate a ballistic missile submarine, SSBN, within the protective umbrella of the carrier group makes India's maritime power projection far more dangerous. Not only can the group launch airstrikes and dominate surface combat, but it can also provide cover for nuclear assets and ensure survivability in case of all-out war. This layered defense and offense structure means any adversary must think twice, not just about facing Indian fighters in the air, but also Indian torpedoes and missiles beneath the waves. The backbone of any carrier group's offensive capability is its air wing. INS Vikrant is designed to host up to 30 fixed-wing and rotary-wing aircraft, including MiG-29K fighters, capable of supersonic speeds, precision strikes, and air superiority missions. MH-60R Seahawks, multi-role helicopters for anti-submarine warfare, reconnaissance and combat search and rescue, HAL Druve and Kamov helicopters, supporting logistics, surveillance, and personnel transport. India is also exploring options to purchase or indigenously develop a more advanced carrier-based fighter, such as the twin-engine deck-based fighter TEDBF, being developed by HAL and DRDO. This will further enhance the offensive reach and air dominance of India's future carrier groups. The mere deployment of a carrier group sends a loud geopolitical signal. During conflicts or regional tensions, India can move its carrier group to a hotspot, effectively showing the flag and exerting pressure without firing a shot. In the post-Galwan border clash period, Indian Navy carrier deployments in the Indian Ocean sent clear signals to China, which had been increasing its own presence in the region. Furthermore, the presence of a carrier group deters piracy, protects sea lines of communication, and supports humanitarian assistance and disaster relief HADR operations. This multi-role capability ensures India is seen not only as a regional power, but as a responsible maritime leader. India has deepened its defense relationships through exercises like Malabar with the US, Japan, and Australia, Varuna with France, and bilateral engagements with Southeast Asian nations. Indian carrier groups now regularly train with the US Navy, which operates the world's most advanced carrier groups. This interoperability, refueling at sea, joint air ops, communication protocols, means India's carrier group can operate seamlessly alongside the world's best. In the event of a high-stakes conflict involving allies, India's carrier group will not be isolated. It will be part of a larger, deadly battle network. This strategic coalition potential is what makes the carrier group a geopolitical threat multiplier. A dangerous carrier group is one that can fight today and be upgraded tomorrow. India's Atma-Nirbhar Bharat, Self-Reliant India, initiative is making that possible. From shipbuilding to avionics, from missiles to radars, India is increasingly producing what it needs at home. Indigenous companies like Bharat Electronics Limited BEL, Mazagon Dock Shipbuilders, and Hindustan Aeronautics Limited HAL are making critical systems for the Navy. This means faster upgrades, better customization for India's needs, and crucially, freedom from foreign sanctions or export controls. An independent logistics and production chain is often the deciding factor in long, drawn-out conflicts. India is preparing for that eventuality. India's carrier group isn't dangerous because it seeks conflict. It's dangerous because it seeks peace through strength. In a region rife with tensions, from Chinese naval expansion to Pakistani provocations to strategic rivalries over mineral-rich sea lanes, India's ability to project power, secure its interests, and protect its trade routes is more vital than ever. As the world transitions to a multipolar order, sea power will determine which nations rise and which are left vulnerable. India's carrier group is a floating declaration. India is ready. Whether you're a policymaker, a defense enthusiast, a technologist, or a concerned citizen, now is the time to support India's naval modernization and awareness. Here's how you can make a difference. Advocate for increased investment in indigenous defense R&D and manufacturing. Support startups, engineers, and innovators working on naval and aerospace technologies. Educate others about India's strategic maritime role in the 21st century. Engage with veterans, analysts, and naval experts to deepen your understanding. Inspire the next generation to consider careers in the Navy, marine engineering, and defense strategy. India's carrier group is not just a ship. It is a symbol of strength, sovereignty, and forward thinking. As threats evolve, so must our readiness. The oceans will define the power centers of tomorrow. Let's ensure the India sails at the forefront. Like what you read? Please subscribe to stay informed about India's defense updates, global military trends, and expert breakdowns of emerging threats. Share this article to raise awareness and fuel the conversation about India's role as a rising maritime power. Together, we strengthen the nation. Jai Hind.